You hear that, Samson? Beautiful.
Getting started, you're going to want to grab yourself some fabric, and I recommend grabbing about a half a yard of some lighter weight twill or duck canvas. And both the lining and the outer layer can be made out of the same material. You want to grab about a foot of medium weight interfacing, and it can be iron-on or sew-on. And lastly, you'll need your pattern, and this pattern is available at properfitclothing.com. Super easy to use. All you have to do is download it, print it off, and you're ready to go. And it comes in 3 different sizes. Links for everything will be in the description, so definitely go and check that out. Go ahead and start by tracing your pattern and cutting it out. You're going to want to end up with 2 of every panel and 4 of the front and back panel. Grab your outer layer side panels, place the right sides together, and just sew that top. Then go ahead and fold that seam over on the inside and do a top stitch. Next, grab your front panels, place the right sides together, and sew just along that edge. And then just like the side panels, we're going to go ahead and fold that seam over and do a top stitch. And then go ahead and repeat this process for the back panels. Now go ahead and take the side panels and your front panels, place right sides together, and sew along that edge all the way down. And as you can see, you're going to have to sew one and curve it around and then sew the other side, but do it all in one stitch. And then like before, go ahead and do a top stitch all the way around that seam. Go ahead and repeat this process for the back panels. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing for the lining, but we're not going to top stitch it. Next, grab both your brim panels and a piece of interfacing, and we're going to place the right sides together for the brim panels and then place them right on top of your interfacing, and we're going to stitch along the outside edge. And this is stitch on interfacing. If you're using iron-on interfacing, you don't have to stitch it on like this. You can just iron it on. Now we're going to go ahead and trim off the interfacing all the way up to that seam. Once you have it trimmed off, you can go ahead and flip the right side out. And go ahead and work that outside edge so it looks nice, and if you have any lumps, you can go ahead and trim the inside edge. Next, we're going to go ahead and add the brim stitches, and you can do this as many times as you want. We're going to do about 4 for this video. And you can also use different decorative stitch patterns to add for a different look. Grab one of your headband panels and your brim, and you're going to want to go ahead and place your brim in the center of that panel. Next, grab the other headband panel and you're going to place it over top with right sides together and go ahead and stitch that on. Now go ahead and take the right sides, place them together for those headband panels, and stitch on the edge. And flipping those panels up, now we're going to go ahead and do a top stitch all the way around that bottom edge.
You hear that, Samson? Beautiful.
Go ahead and grab your lining in your outer layer, and you're going to want to line up those side panels and front panels and do a stitch along that bottom edge. And this is going to make it easier to keep everything square when you're sewing on that headband. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and line up the raw edges of the crown and the headband, and also make sure that brim is centered in the front two panels. Once you have it all centered, go ahead and pin it on, and you're going to want to stitch all the way around that bottom edge. Go ahead and flip the headband down, and next you're going to want to do a top stitch all the way around the top part of that headband. And there you have it, your welder's cap is done. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think, and if you have any ideas for us, definitely shoot them our way. We'll try to make it happen for you, but until then, we're going to keep the videos coming at you, so we'll see you next time.